How's it going? How's it going? This is an interesting story that I'm going to read blind. That's right. This is curated by Yahoo News. Source is Fox News. Headline: Fauci referred to the Justice Department for criminal investigation for allegedly lying under oath to Congress. This is the same thing that got President Bill Clinton impeached, was lying to Congress. Senator Rand Paul, Kentucky Republican, has referred Dr. Anthony Fauci to the Justice Department for an investigation into possible criminal prosecution for allegedly lying under oath to Congress about his knowledge of gain-of-function research conducted at the China Wuhan virus lab. In a letter to the District of Columbia, U.S. Attorney Matthew Graves, I should say, the Kentucky Republican requested that the DOJ investigate whether the former director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, NIAID, which is a part of the National Institution of Health, broke the law with the false statements he made to Congress testimony under the statute punishable at the time in federal prison. Both Congress and Dr. Fauci declined funding gain-of-function research. In the press, he claimed to have a dispassionate view of the lab leak hypothesis, and in private, he acknowledged gain-of-function research at the WIV Wuhan Institution of Biology to his colleagues. Paul wrote. Congressional hearing, however, is not a place for a public servant to play political games, especially when health and well-being of American citizens are on the line. For this reason, I request that you investigate whether Dr. Fauci's statement to Congress on May 11th, 2021 violated the 18 U.S.C. 101 or any other statute, Paul added. Fauci testified before the Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions on May 11, 2021, saying that the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institution of Biology and Subsequent hearing, Paul warned Dr. Fauci of criminal implications of lying to Congress and offered him an opportunity to recant his previous statements. The senator noted in a letter. In response, Dr. Fauci said that he has never lied to Congress before, or I should say, Dr. Fauci said that he never lied before to Congress and did not retract that statement, Paul wrote. The Kentucky senator said Fauci's testimony is inconsistent with emails that have since come to light. One of these days I'll learn to read. That shows Fauci knew that gain-of-function research in the early 2020. On February 1st, 2020, Fauci sent an email which the House Select Committee on Coronavirus Pandemic recently released, acknowledging concerns that COVID-19 may have been genetically engineered because of gains-of-function research was taking place in Wuhan before the pandemic. I sure hope YouTube doesn't give me a strike for this, but I don't care. This is news. In the email written weeks before the federal COVID emergency was the first declared, Fauci wrote that scientists in Wuhan universities are known to have been working on gain-of-function experiments to determine that the molecular mechanisms associated with bat viruses adapted to human infection and an outbreak originated in Wuhan. Further gain-of-function research in Wuhan was funded by the agency that Fauci led, Paul noted. Paul's letter highlights a paper titled Discovery Enriched Gene Pool of Bat SARS-Related Coronavirus provided new insights into the origins of SARS coronavirus, which describes in-depth research carried out by the WIV and funded in part through the NIAID NIAID. The paper authored by Dr. Zingler details that the research, which spiked genes from two uncharacteristic SARS-related coronavirus strains, were combined with a genomic bone, or not black bone, but backbone, and other SARS-related coronavirus to create a novel chimeric SARS-related viruses that shows a cytophobic effects in primate epithelial cells and replications in human epithelial cells, according to Paul. These experiments combine genetic information from different SARS-related coronaviruses and combine them all to create a novel artificial virus able to infect human cells, Paul wrote. These experiments, funded by the NIH, meet the definition of gain of function research, and the senator concluded. I remember Fauci saying that it wasn't gain of function, it was something else that sounded like gain of function to highlight that was gain of function, but was definitely not gain of function. I know that these two don't really get along. They're both doctors. They both have medical degrees. See, how much longer is that? Not much longer. Let's see. In his letter, Paul also referenced a report published in June 14th, 2023, that the Government Accountability GAO concluded that the WIV and Wuhan University received NIH funding. That's not looking too good for Dr. Fauci. The report noted that the NIH funded the WIV project titled Understanding the Risk of Bat Coronavirus Emergence, which included genetic experiments to combine naturally occurring bat coronavirus with SARS and the MERS virus, resulting in a hybridized coronavirus strain. Additionally, the GAO determined that the NIH funded the Wuhan University collaboration with the WIV on viral detection in the Yunnan province. Paul stated that Fauci's omission could fall under a criminal statute that says whoever makes any material, false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement or represents as part of an investigation or review conducted in pursuit of authority of any committee, subcommittee, commission, or office of the Congress consistent with the application rules of the House or the Senate is subject to criminal fines and imprisonment up to 5 years. Neither NIH nor Fauci responded to a request for comment from Fox News Digital by the time of the publication. So does it say who wrote this? Does not say who wrote this. Oh no, it says Brianna Hurley. I don't know. Not familiar with that last name. I'm going to be cautious when I read these comments because it is dealing with viruses, which is can deem medical, which can be really lead to medical misinformation, which YouTube frowns upon. Hopefully I don't read anything that will get me in trouble with the YouTube overlords. But if I do, if I get yanked from YouTube, I have other sites. I have Rumble. I have Odyssey. I have BitChute. I got other avenues I could go to, which I'm currently active on. Let's see here. I'm not a lawyer, but stating that the NIH does not fund gain-of-function research and having knowledge of gain-of-function research are not the same thing. You're pretty much saying a congressional hearing, however, is not the place for public servants to play political games, except if your last name is Paul and your first name is Rand. I mean, I'm not reading those. Let's see here. Fauci did lie to Congress. No game needed to be played. Lying to Congress when sworn to tell the truth is still a lie and a violation of the law and a crime. doesn't matter the politics. Let's see here. So did Trump and his band of lawyers. This is not about Trump. It's about Fauci. Stop with your left wing talking points. It's old already. Let's see here. Fauci is a liar and was aided and abetted by Collins, who was the only person that could have had Fauci removed, but he didn't because he was receiving royalties along with Fauci, which describes in-depth research carried out by the WIV and funded in part through NIAID. I mean, let's see here. So random senators can send criminal references to the DOJ now. They could always send criminal referrals upon their investigation. I think there's some damn senators who can make some referrals about a dozen of. Yeah, I'm not reading that. Let's see here. Reagan appointee also lied under oath. Both George and Trump further proof Republicans will attack anyone if they think they can get pop. I'm not reading that one here either. Let's see. It's not okay for a public office to lie to us and then take an oath of office not to. They should be punished when they do. We deserve good government, and that will never happen if we don't hold them accountable. Let's see here. How can Rand Paul, who represents one of the lowest performing states in the nation, focus on anything other than utter hopelessness that runs rampant through Kentucky? He's not the only one from Kentucky. What is it? Mitch McConnell's also from? No, he's from Tennessee, I think. Fauci is old news. Where do you think he was great or horrible? Politicians need to focus on today and tomorrow, which is they only seem to do when they come to fundraising and making money inside or on inside information. Well, here's the thing: is we have to hold everybody accountable. If it's proven that a certain doctor lied that cost the lives of millions of people around the world, and his lies prevented the truth from coming out that could have saved those people, you should hold that person responsible. We don't want. This is all about trusting our institutions. If we can't trust the people that runs our institution, can we really trust the institution? And if the person's representing the institution is lying, we cannot we cannot trust that institution. Let's see here. Whoever makes material false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement of representation part of any investigation, review, authority, committee, subcommittee, commission, or office of Congress consists with the application rules of the House and Senate, subject to criminal fines or imprisonment up to 5 years. I can say the same thing about Democrats. Let's see. Let's see. When will the GOP understand that Americans are asking you to put some ideas on the table on how to tackle the problems of the average, ordinary American citizens? We're not demanding a solution, just ideas on how to address the problems of the average citizens. No guess we will continue to see the circus on TV inquiries. It's not just GOP, it's Democrats. Let's see here. I don't want another pandemic. We should not be able to participate in the sick research that killed my family members and my dad's best friend. Several millions died. Why can you not get the Democrats to do anything like, what do you want besides to be able to be a complainer? What problems do you think any lowlife in Congress can fix for you? Problems does the average Joe have? Biden gave you higher prices on everything. Why hasn't the Democrats fixed it? It's going to get much worse. When you have no power, Democrats gave you higher prices, going to college, getting medical care. What else do you want the government to fix? That they fix it all, and you hate it because you see it doesn't work. Like a spoiled child, you throw a tantrum. Like I said, it's both parties. Both parties must go. And then you have the odd Hanneman talks. I mean, he did call him a crybaby or complainer. Turn off Fox News. You're not that bright, which is funny because you're replying to a news from Fox News that's curated by Yahoo News. Not bright enough to live on, gracious enough to do the world a favor, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. So you can't lie to Congress, but congressmen can lie to the people. That doesn't seem fair. It does not seem fair. Let's see here. So we're supposed to believe the medical opinion of a failed anthropologist over a medical opinion of a career virological expert. I don't think Rand Paul is a failed doctor. This here, Kentucky rep state ranking is more about bashing all these Democrats bashing on the on the GOP, and guess what? I'm going to rag on the DNC, and I'm going to rag on the GOP or the RNC. I think they're both. I think they're both corrupt. I think they both need to go away, and I think America will be better when we get rid of both parties. I prefer a no-party solution myself. I don't think that's realistic, but we could do with maybe a third or fourth or a fifth option to fill up the ranks of Congress for different ideas, make them work for their bills for once, have them read the bills for once, make sure that they write the bills for once, not some lobbyist or lawyer or pharmaceutical company or insurance companies writing laws. I think we would be better off without both of those political parties. But that being said, that is my video for today. Leave a comment if you have something to say. Have something to say against me, against Fauci, against Rand Paul, against the GOP, or against the DNC, or you just want to say hi and have a wonderful day. Leave any comments. I read them all, and if you're on YouTube, I do put a little heart next to them. If I see you on Rumble, I put a thumb you up. If you're on BitChute, I thumb them up. Haven't really checked Odyssey, but I'm there too. With that being said, that is my video, and have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.